Hello friends, it's me, StepsBasic, and past me set me up with a bit of a trap. Also, I just noticed that she's got paint all over her FPC jacket. Anyway, so past me set me up with a bit of a trap, and I have to go face a horde of shadowy monsters today. But anyway, let's play some Alan Wake 2 today, shall we? I do love me some Alan Wake 2. Hello? It's me. I've been briefed on how to deal with you.
Amusement park!
Amusement park, you say? I didn't see it coming. Alright guys, don't hide from me. He ain't got any legs left. Alright. I think that was everybody, right? Alright, 1 second. I need some more shotgun rounds. I am out. Oh boy. Too much overlap between tone and style merge. Word choice good but incomprehensible. Dark. Breathing like blood. Grade F. Repetition issue was solved with sufficient rounds of refinement. Dark, screamed the darkness, a dark reminder of the dark's inner darkness, a well of darkness, a vortex like black paint, darker and darker and darker, and so dark the darkness could hardly see. Dark figure emerged from the darkness, facing the darkness with dark intent, a dark knife glinted in the dark darkly, dark like a dark eye of the dark raven, dark feathers rustling in the dark night sky, no moon, the moon had been eaten by the dark drank it in the sun, the dark moon rose over the dark sun that had set in the darkest darkness. The darkness darkened darkly, darkening the dark until the dimly darkened even the darkest dark. D, style, tone, content. Oh boy. It's like friggin' style, tone, prioritization, comprehensive, negative progress. The wrought snail beamed, a wood grain bent from the owl, egg, male, four forms of glass eye melt, and cracked page book through the down and bark. Did I grow longer with the lower dark sea? No one found. Eggmail heaven poured during out each in. When all scream in blue and axe vermilion a day. Oh my god, it sucks. So, making progress again. Individual elements are strong, but ADT's lacking, and awareness intention is a blocker. Autocorrect input non-wake reference material. Source human subject. Use staff as writers. Risk of data askew. The dark woods rattled darkly. A flashlight peered over the deep darkness, and the dark shivered. Flashlight scowled. A woodsman came with an axe. The woodsman's teeth screamed. The flashlight screamed too and was cut in half. Blood mixed with the darkness, a dark blend. Pistol looked at Flashlight in shock. There was no to run, he realized, but he ran anyway. He ran to the deep dark of the woods. The woodsman rattled. Pistol knew it had nowhere to run. Pistol drew his pistol and turned to face his death. The woodsman emerged. The pistol opened the fire. Pistol's pistol flashed in the dark night. Once, twice, thrice. The woodsman fell into... Pistol breathed in and out, in and out. Pistol looked at each tree, in and out. He was safe. Pistol grabbed the woodsman's axe and plunged it into his pistol to charge it. He went to check on Flashlight. Pistol checked each half of Flashlight. She was dead, and he knew it. Pistol screamed at the trees. The trees screamed back. Okay. It's like the progress of using AI to write stories here. Ah, it's the axe. It cut the flashlight in half. Hello. I'll block that. Clear that blockage, I should say. Talk to me.
I had a thought today.
Did you?
Happens. Avenue for further research. When we think of art successfully affecting reality, we always think of Alan Wake and his writing.
Uh-huh.
This could be due to recency bias or simply the amount of recorded evidence skewing our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I wonder if writing's very nature is an advantage.
It's far more
Text can
descriptive.
Describe events in such explicit detail.
Yeah, it's less
The story
obtuse,
gives the
abstract.
shadow how you say, a blueprint, a map of what to make real. But not all art is like this. Music, sculpture, dance, cuisine. In our case, a painting. When the source material is open to interpretation, how will the shadow choose to interpret it?
Always a good question.
Diana will find the question very interesting. Most likely, she already has an answer.
Because she's smart.
That's why I love her.
Aw. So, this is an interesting little tangent. So it's kind of like the shadow is AI. And we all remember how in the early days of AI, your foot stuck in the glass, idiot. How in the early days of AI, it couldn't properly, like, art. So making pictures was just abstract, colors swirling, whatnot, and whatnot. But when it had a guideline to go off of, like writing and stuff, while it wasn't particularly good at it, it produced much more viable stuff. Hey, bud. I wish to play with you. Oh, hi. Alright, you first. You a second. Come on. Down, boy. Deep sigh. I think there's still somebody around. I heard some more shuffling going on. There you are. Alright, I think that was everybody. Huh. Woo, fun. Oh yeah, we can't get into 3. Yeah, we found the cell wall removed. Hey, how you doing, Ed? He's fine. He's fine. Thought there was a phone ringing for a second. Hey, dicky. Alright. Readings later the last 48 hours show rising increase in activity stemming from the Cauldron Lake threshold, likely indicating an imminent scenario. The highest recorded reading exceeded the safety limit, necessitating a general alert and requesting assistance from the assigned response team. However, no alert or contact from external teams has been made. Per the recent amendments to this procedure, as specified, the monitoring team will take no action until sign-off from either Dr. Marmon or Dr. Marmon has been received. Considering the rate of escalation, the recent data indicates the monitoring team strongly recommends that the response team be contacted immediately. Dr. Harris Cruz, lead threshold analysis. Yeah, you should probably listen to that guy. He's pretty smart. Alright. So that's where the elevator is. Balloons? Oh, that's weird. Oh, pie. Yeah, the pie from the diner. As you may know, a valued member of our team was recently reassigned off of Project Arbitus. Carla Livingston's designs and engineering expertise were a key part of the creation. Their contributions to the project team. She was fired. We remember that. Poor Carla. She did her best, but then she got fired because she asked too many questions. Jesus Christ, man! Hey, you got a weak point there, bud. Want to jump scare me when I try to open a door, idiot. Get this thing out of my way, please. Thank you. 2010, Lane was inadvertently involved in 35's residing at Cauldron Lake, Rudolph Lane Lodge, where he lived under the care of Dr. Emil Hartman. Blah blah blah. Lane was seriously injured during the He received medical care in Seattle for 2 months, during which he cleared by the FBC, seized and moved by the FBC to Watery, Washington, where he currently resides. Recent surveillance concerns he has no known relationships, affiliations, as requested. Okay, so they're just keeping an eye on Lane, which makes sense. Wasn't really his fault that he got involved. He just happened to be wrong place, wrong time sort of situation again, which happens a lot with these alls. Alright, so we need to get back up to floor number 1. My back. My wing is itchy. We need to get back up to floor... Where is the door? There it is. We need to get back up to floor number 1. I'm going to close that door. Should have done that in the first place. Elevator.
My team was on sublevel 1.
Yep.
I knew they were in danger.
Me too. It's funny how that works.
No access back to the lobby.
It's not what I wanted to do.
Great. Only one way to go. The Marmonts turned innocent people into tools using the FBC's authority.
Figures,
I
doesn't
thought
it?
they were untouchable out here, hidden away in the woods. No. Actions have consequences. And I'm the consequences.
Sublevel 1.
Hey. Jules?
You fucking bastard!
Well, I guess that takes that out of
Marmont
it.
killed my team. He was taken by the shadow. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, well, I guess that answers that question. I thought Jules might have been the one, might have been part of the thing.
Here.
Yeah, let me get that gun. But remember, they got the paint guys still here. So the gun's the BlackRock gun. That's what they were talking about. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, can I flashbang him? Ow! Golly! I'm injured. He reached in and touched my heart. God dang it! Come on, beep, faster. Shut the door, shut the door, shut the door. A little phlegm. Got the firing mechanism working. It's throwing test projectiles at good distance. Turned out pretty nicely. The fittings between the grenade launcher and the custom components are a bit loose. No proper lathe here, but at least it works. Now I need some actual black rock for tests. I know there's some at sub-level 5, but the acting inventory supervisor doesn't get access to that floor. Source black rock. Okay. That's interesting. Ah, for Christ's sake. Oh, wait. 021219. Thank you. Thanks, kitty. Alright. Pi Day sensitivity reassignment. Hello, Carla. I've decided to reassign you from Project Ramos to inventory management. Your title will be changed to Senior Researcher to Acting Inventory Supervisor. You may find this sudden, but I have no doubt someone with a nut allergy like yourself would prefer to work alone in the inventory booth than out in the open. You persecuted her for freaking a peanut allergy? That's discrimination, bro. You can get in trouble for that, especially working in a government position. All right, let me get that baby. Hey, and the free key guard,
This should
right?
get me down to sub-level 5. And this should get me past any other problems.
Apparently a black rock launcher. Trial and error. It's literally what it's called. Hold that to charge. Charge shots go further and deal more damage on impact.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. The control overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance, cause and effect hopelessly entangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed. The feedback loop doubled and redoubled, out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for a release.
Kinky? Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Thank you. Well, I got 5 shots in this thing. Unlock that door. I gotta get back to the elevator too. Did the elevator move again, or is it still there? Oh, it's just shadows, man. It's just shadows. It's fine. Why was I prompted? Alright. Okay. Alright, guys.
Finally! Something works on these bastards.
Eliminated. So it kind of makes me wonder, because the Black Rock, I barely remember what that is. Because it's been years. But I remember it's like mined, and might even be what the oldest house was built out of. But it might just be binding to the paint. And keeping it from, getting anywhere. From moving. But that's just a ordinary boring explanation for it. I don't think it'll work on the Taken. Yeah, I thought so. So if you hold it too long, it will fire itself. Ow, my finger. Yeah, I figured that out already. But I figured I'd look anyway. In case there was any sort of snappy dialogue she might have had. The fact that it could just so easily appear out of the walls. And catch me like it keeps doing. Oy. Bye, baby! Alright, so that should open up 3 and 4. Or 4 and 5.
The shadow had changed Jules Marmont into a hostile, paranatural entity. That made everything simpler.
Yeah.
No arrest, no paperwork. I could put him down like the monster he was.
Alright.
Mirror, please hold. Please
This is not
hold.
level 4.
Please hold. Please hold.
Alright, hey Shadow, or Painting. You got any more information for me? What do you know about Rudolph
The Marmonts
Lane?
were holding a painter here. Rudolph Lane. Does that ring a bell?
The shape of a man.
Is that like that one song, The Shape of You?
I think you are, or were, Rudolph Lane.
Himself, a self-portrait. Make them see.
Look, I might be able to help you. But I need information, cooperation.
No brush, just himself.
Dude, chillax, bro. At least he left me a page.
Rudolph Lane was dying. Both murderer and victim.
That's why he called himself Murderer and
Red
Victim.
hues ran down his hands. Was it scarlet? Or cadmium? Too vivid to be maroon. Names don't matter, he decided. Color was pure. Inspiring. For the first time in years, he wanted to paint. A self-portrait. To say goodbye. No. To make them remember. To make them see what they did. He slapped his hands against the wall to steady himself. He began from there. No brush, just himself. The strokes were crude, violent. The pain, misery, and hate he'd endured there. The fire in his eyes and hands and bones all spread into the shape of a man. It was quick. Natural. Like a heart attack. He slumped down to the floor, smiling at the anger he left smeared across the wall.
So, Rudolph is obviously a para-utilitarian. But did he create an object of power with the painting, or is that just him in another form? I mean, I guess it is a painting, so it would make it an object. But it's also his soul, his spirit, his being. Fun. Alright, let's try 4 again, shall we? Looks like 4 is just like an office with, that would lead to...
Sublevel 4.
Thanks, babe. Just took me right here, too. The schmear. So much schmear going on. Yeah. There's Diana. But no picture of, Jules. Interesting. Yeah, staircase going down. Is that sub-level 5? I don't think so. Shifting geometry BS. Gotta get to the center area over there.
Ooh, nice office.
Thanks. I love that she's not a fan of the shifting geometry. Shelter. Give me that save.
Come on.
Navigate the archives. I bet you if I'd have tried to go to 5, it would have put me to 4. Because that's kind of how these games do. I'll borrow that. Like, if they want you to go somewhere, they're not going to let you go somewhere else. That's a lot of horns. Alright.
Okay, Blackrock powder. Need to keep an eye out for more of these.
I agree. Just raises the question, though. I don't want to waste one on a Taken. Just in case it doesn't do anything. Black rocks. Oh, paint. Alright, cool. Dead guy. Doesn't look like there's anything useful in here. Other than, of course, the things I heard. Shut up! Picked up. I don't trust any of the paint, man. Could be anything. Ah, hello phone. I'm waiting for a text message because I'm getting my kiddo a laptop today. Oh, the wall. The part the section they removed from his chamber. That's the painting. Silly me. God, stop playing with my emotions, man. But they said they moved to the archives, right? So it would be here. Potentially. Maybe. I would hate to work for the FPC. I mean, don't get me wrong. Very interesting job. But golly, man. This is what their places look like and act like. It's like, oh, golly. Every time there's a change of command,
Diana sat in her office. A weak desk light kept the darkness around her at bay. The silence of the archive suited her. She scowled at a series of graphs when the room turned red. Alarms blared. Breach detected.
Breach detected.
Then the walls of the archives rumbled. A tremor in the bones of the facility. One by one, the red lights went dark as a wave of nothing poured in from all sides. Diana stood, but there was nowhere to run. The sheer depth of the darkness terrified her. She realized they had done this. Her and Jules. Their ambition. Their hatred. Her desk lamp flickered. In the brief moment before it all went dark, she thought of Jules' smile.
Aw. Cute. So she didn't completely hate him. Just mostly. So I get the feeling I'm going to face Diana here. So I get the feeling I'm going to face Diana here. So will the Taken be fighting against the paintings? Or vice versa? Considering who created who? I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place. Come here. One second. I did not get out of the way in time. Ah! Where did he run off to? Alright, Skinny Bean. Where you at? Jeez, I'm crow, man. Alright. That wasn't so bad. I did use a lot more shotgun shells than I wanted to. I am very tempted to test out one of these things on a Taken, just to see what it does. Ah, dead end. I love these. But at least we can see where we're trying to get to. God! Monkeys with the freaking God! I hate you! Stupid God! Get off me! Idiot! No. Don't you blurble at me. Where the heck am I? Am I still going the right way? Ah, there it is. Alright, don't be stupid. Don't just rush. Sounds like Diana might still be alive. Progress Lighthouse Directive WY1339. Investigation, exploration, shadows, source of light, research, blah 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 blah. Summary, successful year. Lost in the lockdown of the old house. It has the lake house with discovering the nature of the shadow. Threshold traversal was only ever possible inside the old house and occasionally during awes. Alright, cool. I was expecting to find Dr. Diana in here. Woo-wee.
The lake house was underwater. The Marmont's
It
ambitions
happens.
had finally been realized. Jules had dangled the painting like a lure and hooked an ocean. Their machines couldn't hold it. A fault in the system. The water rushed in, filled it until it was ready to burst. All their successes and failures had led them here. The work had made them into monsters. But the lake house
Literal
was still
monsters.
theirs. It always would be. They could feel an outsider trespassing in their labs.
Me.
I know you're here, they called out to the dark.
Yeah, so both
They
of them.
hunted floor by floor. They wouldn't let the intruders stop their progress. This was their home. Their beloved tomb beneath the waves.
So is she a painting or is she a shadow? Because that would be poetry right there, really. Have her being the shadow, or being her, have her being the painting and him being a shadow. This is an art a study. Diana Marmot truly comprehend the threshold. However, the definition of art is varied and range, and then there must be ultimate understand past cases, threshold. We can write Zane, 70s, poetry, music, dance, so on and so forth. I think all art really could count, but like she said there, it's open to interpretation. The more precise, the more exact. Like even acting to me is art. So yeah. On the morning of her doctor, the musician held at the lake house for research purposes was discovered missing from her cell. Security footage of the cell was damaged by electrical interference on determination, known professionally as produced a song called 6 Deep Breaths. So that's the song currently playing. Very promising. Talk to me.
September 13th, 2023. Notes regarding the concept of the tortured artist. A romanticized image of the sensitive artistic temperament, yes. But there may be truth in the cliche. It's no secret Rudolph Lane has been unhappy here for years. But the aggregate data shows his art's viability score trending upward over time. If Jules hadn't neglected to hold regular psychological exams, then we could have quantified the subject's emotional state, creating a sort of distress rating to compare against the art's score. I'll make this a sub-goal of my study of Edward Booker. Once we set the variables and establish a control reading of his art and mental state, then we can begin inducing negative emotion. Limited food and water, perhaps. An increasingly tight living space. This is how Jules lost his subject, though. Need to be careful not to leave any sharp objects in Booker's cell.
Yeah. That's interesting. Now, obviously, we're going to need to worry about, like... Hello? The two of them. Oh, 685-298. Nice. Hard work. Nice. Oh boy. Did I just receive a letter from Darling about the request you made to bring in live subjects? What were you thinking? Do you know how that looks? What did he say? Was it approved? No, he refused. You know, protocol does not allow this sort of thing. He also says he'll be making a trip to Lake House, check in on us soon. Like we are children. So it's like, husband there was more of a businessman than a scientist, and she was more of a scientist. So he took care of the part that she couldn't take care of, where it was, you know, promoting their work and whatnot. And so he would obviously be the front man who would get the face. And so she would be upset because he'd get more of the credit for it. Makes sense. Very bad for our reputation, Diana. Please, if you'd like to come to me first. Diana, oh, so Diana was the one requesting live subjects. Considering the details of the new page we found, I believe we need to abandon the research on his writing. We must not endanger our staff. Don't pretend like you're worried about them, Jules. Just look out for your own butt. The fact that the pages are detailing future events means that we are in correct method. We need to learn how to ATDs, blah, 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 archived. Diana, I'm looking at the page right now. Constant imbalance, out of control, a crack in the lake house. If we continue this research, we lose the facility. Perhaps more than that. What's the point in succeeding if we are dead? I mean, I wasn't expecting Jules to be the more rational one here, honestly. You can't forbid anything. Oh, you aren't going to keep me from doing most important work in my life. If you're too much of a coward to keep pursuing, official complaint. Received your formal complaint of Jules' behavior. You claim he's maliciously keeping research from you. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So was this just an optional side area I didn't actually have to come to? I mean, it would make sense that I would do something like that. Anyway, apart from all that, I'm going to end this one here, and the next episode should be the last episode of the lake house. But I've been having a lot of fun with it, and it's very interesting, bringing me back to the FBC and all that stuff. So much excitement, so much fun, so much lore. But anyway, apart from all that, that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of The Lake House, Alan Wake 2. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, poke that like button for me, like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. When I can, if I can, you know all that jazz. And tune in next time as we head on back up to that place and go to the 5th floor. And until then, good night.